I really don't want to make this one an hour or 30 minutes long. Hour to 30 minutes long.
Yes, let's just roast the movie for like 15 to 20 minutes and then get it done with.
Yeah, yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the review show, and welcome to the final part of this three-part series, leading up to the Zack Snyder cut for Justice League. We're gonna be talking about Justice League, which is gonna be a very interesting top. Uh, mm, I'm not. I honestly, I don't really want to do it anymore, but we kind of have to do it just to say just for the sake of it that we talked about it.
Yeah, let's just take a giant dump on this movie and then get it over with. How about that?
Because the thing is, I had to watch this twice. I watched it the once where you told me to watch it, and so I had to watch it again for this review because I'm just that, honorable when it comes to reviewing movies. So,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so let's just kick this off. Justice League is a disgrace to filmmaking.
oh,
I will say that right now. Like, it is this Frankenstein monster of a movie that is just the definition of studio interference. Um, they reshot basically an hour and a half of the movie, basically when the entire thing was all filmed, and it's just it was a mess. It's the worst DCEU movie. It's like well, one of the worst comic book movies ever, probably. They obviously, and I'm not gonna just to keep this short. I'm not gonna get into the behind the scenes drama and why they did what they did, and just gonna stick on the stick.
I mean, you can
You know,
summarize it if you want.
yeah, but just stay focused on the movie itself. But
Mhm.
obviously, just to keep things really short because we both want to get this done as soon as possible.
It's really
Um,
late. It's like 9 o'clock at
yeah.
night. So.
Um, and neither of us want to spend any time talking about this movie.
No, I mean,
Um,
it's like the last review. At least that was fun. I didn't enjoy BBS, but at least it was fun. This is not fun.
this is just yeah.
It's gonna be a generic review. It's gonna like this movie. It's gonna be a very generic because
No, it
we both know our opinions. I feel like I don't
yeah.
know. We have
Brian, see, Austin and I, even though we had a big debate about BBS and everything in the last review,
which we
we're
planned
going
to
to
keep it short, but then it turned into like almost 2 hours.
we're very much going to agree about Justice League and just how much of a piece of garbage this movie is. So for whatever reason, I mean, and just to quickly sum up behind the scenes for those people who might not know, so Zack Snyder finished principal photography of Justice League back in 2016. And in 2017, unfortunately, while they were working on post production, his daughter unfortunately committed suicide, and he left the project. And basically, after he left, even though the movie's completely filmed, they brought in Joss Whedon. He reshot an hour and a half of the movie, and we got what we got. And thankfully, we're getting redemption. As of the time that we are recording this, we will see Zack Snyder's Justice League in a week. So that'll be pretty hype. We'll get to see the original vision. But just to start off, just with regards to the characters in Justice League, they butchered basically every single major character, every single of the Justice League members. I mean, who in their right of mind? And yeah, there was this thing that like some like Warner Bros. Executive who wanted to remain nameless said that everyone knew that Justice League was a piece of crap, but they put it out anyway because executives wanted a bonus and things like that. Um, if any of you guys want to know more about all the behind the scenes stuff and all the drama that happened with Justice League and the DCEU and all this, um, I did a limited time series with Fandom Rant actually that you can go and listen to. Um, and
I'll
Ryan and
probably
Clint,
remember to put it
Devin,
down.
yeah, Ryan, Devin, Clint, they've all made appearances on the show. They're members of Fandom Rant, but basically, you know who thought it would be a good idea to have freaking the movie open with iPhone footage of Superman, you know, Henry Cavill with that face. Like,
No, no, no. It's not
I
like that. That's not the problem. It's like who did the CGI on that face?
well, I mean,
Like
it's not even just
there's remasters of that CGI done a lot better on probably the lowest budget of CGI that you can do that's been posted up on YouTube. This like I don't I don't know. Even who cares if Superman had a mustache? I mean, it wouldn't make sense for that time period, but just like at least if that's fine. Okay, yeah, you had to CG that out because of the time period, but at least when he comes back, he just suddenly has a mustache. I mean, whatever. I mean, alien technology, alien bodies grow mustache while they're dead. I guess I don't fucking know it, but at least it looks better. Uh,
no, no.
would it look
It's
the same with Zack Snyder's?
no. So the mustache was only there because of the reshoots,
It,
because Henry
oh,
Cavill was
okay,
filming Mission
yeah,
Impossible.
that's
So don't
right.
worry.
Yeah,
So in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Henry Cavill doesn't have a mustache, so we don't have to worry about that. But then like I mean, obviously they butchered Henry Cavill's face. They just tried to like they were so reactionary. We're like, oh no, everyone's complaining about Superman, so let's just try to make a John like a Christopher Reeve parody of him. Let's just put the John Williams theme in there, just like see if that'll make people happy. Um, you know, and then with Ben Affleck, he was going through personal troubles in his life. He did not like no basically you can tell none of the cast wanted to be there.
no.
Like the movie is just absolute crap because like the cast like didn't care.
Ben
Like
Affleck
they
never. I don't care if you're. I don't care if the script tells you to get fired if because
no alleged alleged
don't ever shave again because you look garbage with a baby face. I prefer you with
okay.
facial hair.
Uh, okay, well, I mean, the he looks like he has a chubby baby face because of the reshoots, because of the color
Yeah.
grading on
Mm-hmm.
his face that made him look like basically like a pinkish orangish color, as well as him being having gained weight because he was unfortunately like drinking a lot at the time.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't
Um,
expect reshoots. He didn't.
yeah, no, no, like that there wasn't supposed to be reshoots for that movie, but
Yeah,
Ben Affleck he didn't care. He allegedly like almost got into fights with Joss Whedon over like the script and the movies. Allegedly, Jason Momoa walked off set. Like none of the cast members were happy.
I mean,
And
like
then
like you bringing up like that nameless person, which they're still nameless, I believe. I guess.
yeah, hmm
Um, and so they should have been like, hey, it'd be funny. Let's release Zack Snyder version in theaters, not just. You think we could get fired for that? Maybe. I don't know, but it'd be better. They would probably make a lot more money. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, like that could have been. I mean, they could have ran into lawsuits, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, like Warner Bros was just so reactionary that they just tried to like completely change everything. Like obviously, like with Ben Affleck's Batman, like I think in BVS he's like the best live action Batman we've gotten. But then in Justice League,
He's
he
a
like
punk.
he basically is like
I was.
just if you look at that movie alone, it's probably the second worst after George Clooney.
I would
You know,
say.
and
I would say like the argument between him and Wonder Woman, which that kind of comes out of nowhere, but at the same time, it's like true. It's like, yeah, where have you been this whole entire time? Why you've been hiding, and like all of this type of stuff. Like I'm or no, that's not the argument goes though. But he brings up Steve from Wonder Woman, and he kind of like it's like I don't remember that exact argument. I didn't really try on my taking notes. But I like that aspect. I kind of like that part. It's like that's kind of true. It's like you you kind of let this guy that you only knew for a couple of hours affect your life pretty well. So I mean,
yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, they had to condense so much of like the original story. Like, Justice League has like the most cookie cutter basic story ever. Like not only did it ruin like Superman and Batman, like it, obviously people. I'm not like a huge fan of just the pure casting of Ezra Miller as the Flash, but I think his performance could be end up being very very good as the
I think the
Flash.
only thing I really don't like is his run. I think he could be a good Flash if they fix his run, but from the Snyder Cut trailers, they just left it as it was.
Well, here's there is a and I'll we might get into this like if we do a Zack Snyder's Justice League
Yeah.
review or stuff. But the reason so Joss Whedon a lot of his running and stuff like especially at the end. So the ending was like a reshoot to make they just like over exaggerated to make his run goofier. But
Hmm.
the reason why like he kind of like flows is because they approached it from the standpoint of he's basically ice skating
I know.
because when you're running that fast, there's basically no friction, and basically when he's running through like the speed force, like okay, and here's the thing, like I obviously like we'll potentially talk about this when Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out,
Hmm.
but from what I can tell, his running when he's just running fast is normal running. Like if you watch behind the scenes stuff, if you watch a lot of footage from, you know, of a lot of Zack Snyder's footage, it actually looks like he runs normally when he's just running fast. When he enters like the speed force, then it's like that skating motion. So we'll see. Like we don't actually know, but no, like that caused they just wanted to turn him into a joke. They had
I
this
mean, the
stupid
Flash
stuff
is
where
a funny
they just
character,
try to
but they just don't make him funny. I mean, there's
no
probably like
no
one
you're
or two jokes, like when he looks at Superman. That's kind of funny. And there's probably another one I just don't remember it, but it's hardly.
yeah, but like they have this stupid thing where he falls on top of Wonder Woman. You've
Uh,
got like all this dumb stuff where Batman's being just like this Superman fanboy
oh
in a
yeah,
weird way. Like they cut out like Cyborg's
they don't
entire
show him
backstory.
reasoning like liking Superman. It's probably because they probably have the same mother's name or something. I don't know. That's probably gonna be the reasoning, but.
That's not the reasoning, but
Well, do
um
you want to make a BBS part two? I mean, rather do a part two than this, but all right.
no, yeah, but no. I mean, he's even said like like the in the trailers for like Zack Snyder Justice League, all like the little teaser, just like I made a promise on his grave, like I failed him in life, I won't fail him in death, like he misjudged him, and it'll continue in his arc in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but in Justice League, like everyone's arc, it's thrown out the window. They just try to Warner Bros. Just tried to like appeal to the vast as many people as they thought they could. They at least that's what they tried to do, and they basically tried to put a mix of like what they thought Marvel was doing and like throwback to like Richard Donner Superman, like John Williams score, Christopher Reeve, like all that kind of stuff, and it just turns into an absolute mess. Like even like the CGI is just so bad. The color grading is terrible. Like Justice League is legitimately the ugliest movie I've ever seen in my life.
And
Like
Steppenwolf is not even hardly in the movie. He just appears when he needs to,
yeah,
basically.
like Steppenwolf is just like such like it's just a shallow one-dimensional villain in Justice League. Thankfully, he will have legitimate motivations in the Snyder Cut. He
I,
looks legitimately threatening. Like I love
I still don't
the
like his
original
look a
design.
little bit. I don't know. I think it's just the CGI trailer that we've been getting. He might look better in the movie, but I don't know. I still don't like
I from
because
everything that we've
he still looks very shiny.
that's
So
that's the point because his armor is fully reflective. He has fully reflective armor. So
I don't know.
yeah, but I mean, we could talk about that when Zack Snyder's
It
Justice
will.
League
Yeah, we'll
actually
talk
comes
about that
out.
later.
But no, with regards to Steppenwolf, like obviously this design was like a Warner Bros. Design they wanted because they wanted to make him less scary. It's like, oh, don't
The
scare the
character,
children.
yeah, it's the mostly what hurts the film is it's just the character motivations. They're all over the place. Like art, like for example, Aquaman had nothing to do with Bruce Wayne. He didn't care. He just wanted to, help this village, bring them food or whatever. And next, now nowhere, he just like joins the fight. It's like, okay, cool, you're here, I guess. I mean,
No, yeah,
thanks.
like basically nothing gets fleshed out because the movie's only 2 hours
No,
long.
they end the same.
Like
They start the same and they end the same. There's no character arc at all throughout this film. Maybe besides Wonder Woman, but at the same time,
yeah,
uh,
even then it's not really like basically this movie is just like an absolute mess. Like there's like not a single thing that's good about it. Like regardless of obviously like Austin, you're not a fan of BVS, but like I
I
don't know
would
how
rather
anyone
watch
would
BVS over this.
like like even like with even looking at just the theatrical cut of BVS, like
I would rather
it's
watch
still
that over this.
yeah, it still has an amazing score. The action is still awesome. Like the visuals and cinematography are still great.
Hmm.
Whereas Justice League has like literally no redeeming qualities. The characters are butchered. The acting isn't good because of like all the reshoots and no one cared. Like visuals, action, the score, like there's nothing good or memorable about this movie.
Yeah,
Like there's
it,
really not
it,
much else to
and you
say.
can tell right at the beginning when Batman is fighting this alien that just somehow is there with no reasoning, and when Steppenwolf is not even near the planet at the time, or doesn't even show up at the time. His minions or whatever is just there, and just the way that Batman enters, and the way that he lets this criminal go. Well, he uses him as bait, which I kind of buy that Batman would do, but at the same time, it just
And then
felt out of
and then
nowhere.
he literally says Alfred's name in front of him and then lets
Yeah,
him go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so
No, that movie is just like an absolute mess. Um, we're finally getting redemption, you know, in like a week from now,
I mean,
at the time of
I
this recording,
I mean,
and
I think the one thing will hurt the Snyder cut is that it's going to be 4 hours, because I don't think people
well,
can
one thing
sit
that
through 4 hours, and I think that's another
the
reason why
one
it's not
the
going to be in theaters. It's just because
well
it's so
the
long.
one good thing is that it's split into six chapters. So it's like, have you seen like Quentin Tarantino's movies, like The Hateful Eight?
I might have at some point. I
But it's
don't.
basically split into like sections where that like makes it very easy to pause.
I guess maybe like it's a
So
downtime type
that
of.
like you can like watch the first two chapters, then take a break, or watch the next two, then take a break, then
I
watch the
like the mini
final two.
series idea, but they're
Yeah.
not going that route.
Yeah, but like I mean, you could still it's this because of the way it's split up into chapters. I do think Zack Snyder's Justice League will be fairly digestible to the general audience, and they are planning on having um in a theatrical run sometime down the line where there will be like a 10-minute intermission in theaters
Is there
that
gonna be
takes
like an
place.
ultimate edition for the Snyder cut?
No, this is the Ultimate Edition basically
Okay.
because remember, like the Ultimate Edition for BVS only exists because it got cut down. So this is basically if the Ultimate Edition got released in the first place, essentially.
Yeah,
But no,
I
yeah, like Justice League, it's like it's an absolute mess, and you feel for Zack Snyder, you feel for the cast and crew and everyone who worked on the movie. And it's finally is like awesome. They get like basically everyone who worked on the movie is thrilled that
did
people are
everyone
actually
that
getting.
worked on the movie worked on Snyder cut?
No, not
Uh,
like there were some people like who like ended up staying on, like and such as like VFX houses, but they gave them no time to like do anything. So if you don't give VFX houses time to get CGI done and everything, it's not going to look good. And
mhm.
so many of those people are like so happy that they get to actually finish what they started. And like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think at this point, everyone's opinion of Justice League is established because everyone hates it. Like, it's not even like there has a fan base around it where it's like a polarizing
I guarantee
movie.
there's a fan base around it. It's a very like a normal moviegoer fan base. Like
No, yeah,
no,
but
like
like
those like people that probably go to the movies like once every 3 months, and so
no, yeah, this movie is like I don't know, it's probably my least favorite movie of all time. But like in a way, it in hindsight, as weird as this is to say, it is actually a good thing in a way because we would not be getting a 4 hour Justice League movie like that is with uncompromised 4 hour Zack Snyder Justice League movie like without Justice League coming out
yeah.
and without the Snyder Cut movement and everything. So, I mean,
Imagine like Joss Whedon did everything right, and like he actually did, you know, a good job. Would we? I don't even think we would ever get a Snyder cut. He would
oh no,
probably
like if it was a big success, there's a very good chance we wouldn't be getting the Snyder Cut. But like it bombed financially, it bombed like in terms of the reception it got, it bombed like just in terms of all aspects of like you look at it from like a filmmaking standpoint, it's just like, oh my gosh, this movie is like hot garbage in like every aspect.
be. Hmm.
So like I don't know what much else needs to be said. Like
No,
we both
I
hate this movie and we don't really want to talk about it.
no.
We just want to we want this movie to just get erased from our minds.
Yeah, I mean,
So
this is more just like our thoughts. I mean, we kind of had to talk about it. It's like it's not
yeah,
something I really want to
because
worry about.
it's the dumbest thing ever. It's like they added the most pointless things. They added some stupid Russian family.
Oh
Be
yeah,
like, oh yeah, like they
c-
added all
Steppenwolf was
this
going
dumb
around
dumb.
finding like people that worked on the mother box that he somehow knew, and
Yeah,
next,
they
and I
added
was like, okay, does this family have any involvement? No, they're just there for to be safe.
they added all this idiotic humor and like there's I mean, man, this movie is just like absolute garbage. I mean, my final verdict, I give it a 1 out of 10, as low as you can get.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
give it an F,
I want to
a
give it
fat F.
I want to give it a D minus just because I like the chemistry between Batman and Wonder Woman. I think that's the only good thing out of this film. And there's one or two jokes that are funny from the Flash. And so but that doesn't really save it that much. If I was doing like the worst top like 10 movies list, this would definitely be on there. Like 100%. It would be 100% on there. And so but that's like the only good thing because I'm pretty sure Ben Affleck choked the hell out of the director just to give something. And so this I don't know why they didn't just, release Zack Snyder's version because they would have just saved even more money by just releasing his. Like
No, yeah,
they
they
wasted
like
over
made
like
some of
millions of
they made
dollars.
some of the most, for a studio that was trying to make money, they made some of the most idiotic financial decisions with Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And just I mean, you just wait for it. They're like everyone is going to be going after Warner Bros. After Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out. Like after people see the
Warner
Snyder cut,
Bros.
like
Put out an article saying like they're not impressed with Zack Snyder's Justice League, and which is kind of odd to say, even though their name is still on it, because
I mean, like a lot of
uh,
people don't know this, but Warner Bros. Is actually like in a war with like Warner Media right now, like the parent company, where like they don't like Warner Media is like pro Zack Snyder. They like or like
well, Warner
want the
Media
movie to
is
be
owned by
successful.
Warner
No,
Bros.
Warner Media owns Warner Bros. But
Oh,
Warner Bros.
okay.
It's like the yeah, and so basically but Warner Bros. It's like Toby Emmerich and different executives who caused Justice League to happen. Like they don't want it to be a success because then that makes them look like idiots for
Just fire the people
releasing.
that did that. Fire them. I don't
No,
care.
yeah, like so they don't want the Snyder Cut to be a success because that makes them look like absolute fools for releasing Justice League in theaters. But like for like I'm fully expecting like the entire like fandom community to just be going after Warner Bros. And being like, you idiots, what the heck were you thinking for not putting this out in theaters back in 2017? So yeah, I mean that's all I got to say.
Yep.
Do you have any other things you want to mention?
No, I really don't remember the movie. Um,
That's a good thing.
I I mean the whole entire. I feel like every new character scene was weird. Like even because like there's one scene with Aquaman where he's at Atlantis and like the whole CGI for that looked so bad and it made no sense for him. It's just I don't know because that's also a Zack Snyder scene as well because that's in the trailer for Zack Snyder's, and so
Yeah,
um,
the one of the reasons why that some of the stuff looks bad is because they changed the color grading. So
okay,
Zack Snyder,
it still kind of
like,
looks the same in the trailer that they gave us that they show. So I don't
yeah,
know.
because like the way that like with regards to CGI works, you have to like do it in to fit the color grading of the movie. And so if you
Mhm.
change the color grading the way they did it with Justice League, that completely messes up the CGI and makes it look bad. That's one of the reasons why if you look like behind the scenes photos and stuff of Henry Cavill in the blue suit behind the scenes of Justice League, it looks great. But then you look at it in the way that they like colored the movie for Justice League, the suit looks absolutely terrible because it was made to match a particular color grading, as well as be able to make it like be able to get turned into the black suit in post production. But yeah,
Mhm. I mean, yep, that's mostly it. Zack Snyder's Justice League's coming out in a week, so I'll hopefully try to get a review out, and next we'll I'll probably do like a spoiler section with Peter. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like the one of the biggest people that are hyped for it, but I'm hoping it's better than this. And
There's let me just tell you this, even if like somehow you
it
don't end up
fails.
liking, if even if you don't end up liking Zack Snyder's Justice League, I can guarantee you
If
100%
it
that you will
even
still say that it's
fails, if it if
I can promise you will still say it's better
yeah,
than Justice League.
yeah, if it even fails, it'll people would rather watch that over this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's mostly it. We made this like a 30-minute video, so that's fine with me. I don't want to make it any longer because the other ones
That's what
are
Warner Bros. Executives said about Justice League too.
yeah, so they get more screening. Yeah. Oh Jesus, so dumb. I hate like any. I don't like. It's so dumb what studios do. It's like leave it
Yeah.
alone. Like that's the reason why the Star Wars trilogy. Well, no, see, like you have studios either get into involved or don't get involved at all. Like for example, the Star Wars trilogy, like Kathleen Kennedy didn't even get involved at all and let 3 4 different directors do their own movie, and look what happened. So it's fucking dumb. Just I feel like I don't know. Whatever. Let's just end this before it gets a little bit longer. Yeah. Thank you for Peter for joining this series. Hopefully we can plan a Snyder Cut episode. The Cut, maybe that's what's going to be called. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Like always, we'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.